Hi there everybody, it's JoProgo again. This is going to be another edition of my shitty childhood, I guess, because I had a flashback this morning. For those of you who don't know, when you, one of the things that happens with PTSD is called flashbacks, and it's where you find yourself suddenly, it's like you're living two realities at once, like your past reality where trauma happened and your present reality where either the trigger is happening or maybe nothing at all. And currently I'm not even sure what's triggered me, so that's frustrating. But either way, normally when I have a flashback, I keep it to myself and I don't talk about it or tell anybody because why? Ugh, it's not very fun to share that stuff. But I'm trying a new thing in my life where instead of keeping secrets about what's happened to me, I would prefer to tell the truth and have it out there so that I don't have to carry it around anymore. So today I decided to color a picture for you guys while telling you a little story about my flashback, I guess. So, here we go. Oh, and here's all the trigger warnings. Pause for trigger warnings. Okay, so now that you who are here want to be here and you're prepared for what lies ahead. I was, okay, so I keep holding this big secret inside of me, and I think it's time to stop holding it in because I try and just talk around it. So let's talk about it. When I was 19 is the first time I suspected that I had been sexually abused, molested when I was young, when I was a kid, and but I didn't have any memory of it happening. Well, what normal people call memory, I guess. I had all the right feelings, the feelings associated with that, but everybody told me that it didn't happen, there was nobody around you who would do that, so I didn't believe myself, and instead I kept living as if nothing had happened to me. But then, finally, a couple of years ago, I had, in an assessment with a psychologist. I've had many assessments, but this particular one, the psychologist helped me to understand that my siblings had physically abused me, and because of the neglect of my parents. And so and that's when I learned I had PTSD. That was a couple of years ago. So since then I've been really finally understanding why I feel the things that I do. So I last winter, that would be winter 2014, finally had the memory catch up with what I already knew, and I had a flashback about being raped when I was a teenager, when I was 14, and I don't think it was the first time it had happened. And so since then I've been trying really hard to, it's so many pieces of myself got fractured through those things that were done to me, and through then trying not to feel what had happened to me because there was no way to explain it. I didn't have the words because I was too young, and because I don't know. So this afternoon, I guess, I had a flashback to a conversation I'd had with my dad. I don't even like to say that word. When I was probably 14 or 15, I was in sex ed at high school at the time, my freshman year of high school, and we were talking about sex terms like ejaculation and erection, and these terms scared the shit out of me. And then I learned what they meant, and I didn't have any idea how to connect that with everything was just disconnected in me. So in this flashback today, what happened is that I could finally feel the feelings that I didn't get to understand when I had this conversation with my dad one time, where he was asking me what I learned in school, and I just shared what I'd learned in sex ed about these terms, but it was such an uncomfortable conversation, I remember it being, and I didn't understand why, and I blamed it on me for being insecure or something. But now it makes sense to me, because this morning I had the flashback to this conversation, and I had these overwhelming feelings about, like, I'm talking to the very person that did things to me about the thing, like, about uncomfortable things, like having to do with penises, and that, like, it just makes sense to me now why I was so uncomfortable having that conversation, and why I didn't understand why it was uncomfortable. Like, the thing about a flashback is that in some ways it feels nice, because it's like I get to connect points together for me, because when I have flashbacks, it's like I can connect the emotion with the memories, and that's really helpful because it helps me to feel more whole, but it also is really awful feeling to feel things that happened to me a long time ago and have to feel them as if they're happening right now. So, like, today I feel all the same feelings that I should have felt when I was 14, 15 having this talk with my dad, but instead I'm feeling them when I'm 26, and, like, on the one hand that's okay because I'm in a safer place now in my life. I'm more able to handle these things because I've learned more about myself, and I've learned how to take care of myself, but I don't know, it also, like, it means that I can't just live as a 26-year-old, that I'm also living all of these other ages where trauma happened to me at the same time, and that is really hard and really tiring. And I don't know, and it's like I'm tired of feeling so fractured, and I just would like to feel whole, and like these experiences can be integrated into my person, but I'm not still figuring out how to do that. So I guess that's all I want to say today. I just wanted to share that. I mean, I'll probably post this like tomorrow or Tuesday. It's Sunday right now. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching me color. Again, I don't care who watches this. I just need to not have this crap stuck inside me, because it doesn't belong there. It belongs outside. And then I can just exist. So there you go. Okay, that's it for me for now. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching if you did. If you didn't, you don't even know what I'm saying right now. Bye. Let's get rich and build a house on a mountain, making everybody look like ants.